Hi everybody, Gaming Engineer here. I'm here to give you a bit of a video on Season Discovery for the invasions, seeing as we're in Nax. Now, what I've found is that as a paladin with a certain amount of gear and talents and runes, you can do an infinite farm to boost characters. I've got my other character offline at the moment to save the playtime. However, I thought I'd go through some things for this. Now what I've done is I've maximised my block as much as possible. I've got 2-piece Judgment Draconic from Blackwing Lair, as well as 6-piece Core Forged from Blackwing Lair. Now this is obviously to give me the Holy Shield with no charges set bonus. However, if you don't have this set, you can obviously enchant your shoulders with the correct set bonus to be able to have that as well. But basically want as much block chance as possible. Now I'm currently at 23% with a total 63 avoidance. If I was to put my Holy Shield on, that jumps up to over 102.4, which is the max you can have even for bosses. Now these are level 60, so you don't need that much, but that's what I've got. Now to go through the talents, I've got a bit of a scuffed talent build. Mainly to get the consecration, to have much intellect. Stamina's a bit, strength is a bit irrelevant. In the protection tree, as much armor for survivability as possible. Defense for the added spell power. Readout, shield specialization. Hammer of Justice for the abominations if you ever come across the rares. Reckoning is a little bit pointless in this build. Blessing of Sanctuary to mitigate more damage. One-hand specialization just to get the talent points, but mainly the Holy Shield. Now obviously in this one you could probably take away the Judgment away and put it into more parry, but with the gear I've got it's not needed as much. Now Wrath I've taken because I'll be using Consecration and Holy Shield, and if I go to a previous run, basically Holy Shield does the majority of the damage, Consecration next, and then all these others which are bonuses from various shields that I've got. However, Holy Shield and Consecration are the main damage dealers, so you want to maximise that as much as possible. Wrath will do that, Consecration can now crit. Holy Ground is there for the healing, not really needed, but a nice little bonus. Sheath of Light for the extra spell power when I do hit them. Avenger's Shield will be for pulling. Sacred Shield again for the abomination rares, because what happens is when they stun you, you will actually start to take a lot of damage because you can't block, and with a number of mobs on there I have sometimes gone down to 20% health. That's there to make sure that I don't die basically. Hand of the Righteous, not really needed. Hand of Reckoning, not really needed. Holy Specialization to make sure we hit with Exorcism. Defense for the extra spell power, and Shield of Righteous not really needed. Now one thing you want to do is make sure you don't have the Avenging Libram on, because you want the shield to bounce. Now I'm going to cut to the actual pull and the rotation, and you'll see what I'm doing. Now I'm standing in Burning Steps. I'm on the western side, and it's this little divot or hollow here. Now I was doing it up on the tree so that I would socially aggro or body pull these guys. Interesting. Hello. So body pull these ones down there. They would run along, socially aggro all the others, and this guy is really trying to kill me. Hopefully he'll leave me alone, and he might be an idiot. So dancing, nice. So they would social aggro, and then they'd all be coming from here, and I would be blocking from the front. Now I found another one, which is this divot down here. I'll go down to it now to show you. But basically, you will be pulling majority of these around this divot. Now the crystal will spawn in the middle here, and as you can see, there's a few left from my kills. This little V-shaped divot in the side of the wall. Now that means that none of the ones coming from the front can come behind me and start to hit me from behind. There is a pack behind. You ignore them, you do not body pull them, and however, if they do come in, you run out, make sure you're running Holy Shield, make sure they come down, and then you run back into your divot and back in. Now onto the pull. Okay, so the event's just restarted. One thing that I didn't say during my other part of the video was I have got 5 shields, basically. So the Face of Death from Nax, the Blessed Karaji Bulwark from AQ. Fortunately, I got 2 Bulwark of Aya from Karazhan Crypts, and the Created Tuned Force Reactive Disc from Engineering. Now, I'm going to start off with the Face of Death. I would normally start off with the Tuned Force Reactive Disc, however, the noise is unbearable, so I want to be talking to you while I'm doing that. So let's get into it. So that's the pack you want to avoid, and let's, oh no, hold on, let's put that on, maybe actually log my other character in, and hopefully you'll see there will be a notification that will come up for me that'll tell me how long I've take it to level, because I've got rest XP. There she is. Right, okay, let's go into it. So I'm going to pull these a little bit before, and as I said, here's the little V-shaped divot. You don't body pull these, and you just try and keep Holy Shield up as much as possible. Now, what you want to do is you want to use Exorcism on this first pack, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to clear this pack of any numbers. Once that's done, you want to have only 1 or 2 in there when you use Holy Shield, because you want it to bounce to the other pack. So here we go, that goes, bounces to the next pack, pulls them. You want to keep up Holy Shield and Consecration as much as possible. They are your damage dealers. On to the next pack, pull with Exorcism, make sure you've got Holy Shield up, and Consecration, that one's come. Use a shield, bounce to that pack. It can sometimes bounce to the other pack. It's completely random. Doesn't matter, to carry on. Exorcism on the next one. That will pull that group, and you keep going. These guys will start to build up as well. However, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you use Avenging Shield on this pack. They will socially aggro these ones. They will come in again, and that is basically the pull. You just keep doing that round and round. Clear the pack with Exorcism up there. Wait for Avenger's Shield to come off cooldown, use that, bounce it to the next pack. Now, as I said, Consecration is currently healing me. I'm getting enough mana from all my talents and abilities, and you just keep going around. Avenger's Shield, that then bounce to this pack, and you carry on. Next one will be Exorcism over here. Make sure that Holy Shield again is up at all times. Got a Scaled Drake coming in, random, that doesn't normally happen, but you carry on. Avenger Shield there, and that's basically the rotation. Just make sure you keep clearing either this pack or this pack with Exorcism, and that is basically the rotation. You get pretty much all the packs, and let's have a look. So I'm doing about 8.6k DPS at the moment with this farm, just purely due to Holy Shield and Consecration. I will probably cut to when my other paladin, hits level 60, because they are currently 85.5. Now this is the damage I'm doing with the not the Holy Shield, the Tuned Force Reactive Disc, and a Bone Witches come in. Bone Witches are not an issue. What you want to watch out for are the Abominations. As I said, the Abominations can stun, you cannot block, you take a whole load of damage. Also, you can see the amount of damage I'm now doing, 8.9 with the Tuned Force Reactive Disc. It's not a huge amount, it's very noisy, and I haven't got the audio on just to make sure that you don't get tinnitus from all the noise. Yeah, so, and as you can see, I'm already down to 8%, and it's only been a few minutes. However, once the engineers are up, you ignore them. You want these guys to continue spawning. However, occasionally you'll get some people coming across who want to get them for the chess pieces or the 13 Necrotic runes. Right, so my other character has just leveled from 58 to 59 in 11 minutes. Now I'm going to see what it takes to get to 60, but I'm imagining it's going to be pretty much the same. 59 to 60 is a big jump. However, with this farm, the amount of damage, the amount of XP that they're getting, then I don't see it being an issue. I'll come back when they've hit level 60. Right, so not 60 yet, however, one thing that I have got is a nice weak aura which shows my current durability, the durability of the shield I currently have equipped. It also has the symbol of what it is, that's the Tune Force reactive disc. You can, obviously I'm going to go down to 0, but you can do them earlier, because you will take quite a bit of damage once they've swapped. So, oh, there we go. Swap over. This is obviously my face of death because I've had a little bit beforehand. But yeah, nice little weak aura. I think it's just shield durability in the WAG.io. Yeah, good little add-on if you want to do this farm. Right, so somebody's run past, socially aggroed the pack behind me, and now some of them are hitting me from behind. Make sure you keep a holy shield up at all times. I'm going to move these around, so make sure you've got it up there. Go round. If you get a bit slowed, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Back into the nook, holy shield back up. I'm purely, oh, they've done it again. Right, gonna bubble. Make sure they're definitely out. Back into the nook. If somebody does run behind you and they socially aggro and you bubble, obviously that will then make them run off potentially towards them. However, hopefully this will now, if I change my shield, typical. Yeah, so sometimes it doesn't go quite to plan, especially if people socially aggro and then they run onto you and start to hit you from behind and you have to reposition. I will jump to hopefully when I'm back and starting again. Okay, back into it. Let's see how this goes. I'm not sure when the other character will ding, but let's have a quick look. 5 bars off, so it should be soon. There was a little bit of time lost as I was running back. I was corpse running from the graveyard, which seems to be the longest one in the whole area. But we'll see how that goes. It's not going to be a perfect run. It's not going to be the maximised run. I spent half an hour to an hour getting the character here. There's been various things that's happened during it, but at the moment it's probably sort of fairly quick. Probably the quickest I've ever leveled a character or even boosted a character. But yeah, engineers are out. Ignore them. Don't need to kill them. Don't need to activate them. Just need to keep them alive and keep these mobs coming. Again, back at 8.4, just purely down to holy shield and consecration. I'll just pull these and I'll show you. Right, so yeah, about 60% is holy shield. So that's the biggest one. You know, maybe thorium's shield spike, but it's not really needed. It's purely the reflective damage that I'm doing from holy shield. Do a bit more, just double check once more. 1.5 bars, less than just over a bar. Just keep going. Shield's about to break. Get ready with that. Got my Blessed Karaji bulwark. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if you don't do it quick enough, you can take quite a bit of damage. Now this is what can happen. People can come along. They're trying to finish off. They've finished off the other bits. There we go. Other paladin has reached level 60. Let's go on to that one. Once I do that, get a bit of survivability. Let's have a look. /played. /played 9.5 hours to level a character from 1 to 60, and that's how you do it. may now.